Hi guys, I'm Nathan Layugan, and I'm here today with Sofia Lopez, Loba Baptista, and John Carlo Medina. What are we gonna talk about? Well, we're gonna talk about marine-derived enzymes from Sushi! But first, what are enzymes? Sofia?
What are enzymes? Enzymes are proteins that increase the rate of reaction by lowering the energy of activation. They catalyze nearly all the chemical reactions taking place in the cells of the body. Enzymes also control cell activities and can protect the cells from invasion by microbes like bacteria and viruses. Though enzymes can appear very different, they share a few characteristics in common. Enzyme molecules contain a special pocket or cleft called the active sites, which are specified for a certain substrate. The substrate is either broken apart or combined together to form a product. Enzymes are very specific. An example is the enzyme lipase, which can only break down fat. An enzyme that helps digest fat will not be useful to break down glucose, protein, or other substances. Enzymes are reusable since they are not altered or consumed during reaction. Immediately after finishing one reaction, they can act on a new substrate. In this way, only a small amount of enzyme is needed to speed up thousands of reactions. Enzymes are fundamental to life, working every day to maintain life processes on every cell on each living organism on Earth.
Well, now we know what enzymes mean. Thank you, Sophia, for that wonderful information. Sadly, Sophia is not here anymore. She's with Lobo.
But Nathan, where did sushi really originated from?
Well, I don't know, Carlo. Let's ask a local Japanese person regarding that. Konnichiwa. Sugur, nagorigi sigiwigid. Originated.
So ayun nga po, no? Sabi ng translator ko, a term nori was usually generic and was referred to seaweeds. The oldest descriptions of nori was dated to around the 8th century. In the Taiho Code in 701, tapos it was usually included in the form of taxation. You could usually pay your taxes with it. Tapos ayun, local people used to dry nori in the Hitachi province in Fudoki in 721. And nori was harvested in the Izumo province, Fudoki, from 713 to 733, which shows that nori was used as food since ancient times. In Utsubo Monogatari, a book written around 987, nori was recognized as a common food and was consumed as a paste until the sheet form was invented in Asakusa in Edo, which was contemporary Tokyo. And around 1750 in the Edo period, through the method of Japanese paper making. So ayun, the Japanese nori industry was in decline after World War II, when Japan was in need of all food that can be produced. And the decline was due to a lack of understanding of the plants and how they grew, and how to cultivate them. So the industry rose again because there was a British phycologist named Mary Drew Baker, who was researching the organism Porphyra umbilicalis, which grew in the seas around Wales and was harvested for food, like in Japan. Her work was found by the Japanese scientists who applied it through artificial methods of seeding and growing the plants. She is now revered as the savior of the Japanese nori industry. So ayun.
Oh, arigato gozaimasu. Arigato. So, Carlo, alam na natin kung saan nag-originate yung sushi or yung nori. Yung seaweed wrap. Yun. Ask a local Japanese person regarding that. Konnichiwa. Sugur, nagorigi sigiwigid. Originated.
So ayun nga po, no? Sabi ng translator ko, a term nori was usually generic and was referred to seaweeds. The oldest descriptions of nori was dated to around the 8th century. In the Taiho Code in 701, Tapos, it was usually included in the form of taxation. You could usually pay your taxes with it. Tapos, ayun, local people used to dry nori in the Hitachi province in Fudoki in 721. And nori was harvested in the Izumo province, Fudoki, from 713 to 733, which shows that nori was used as food since ancient times. In Utsubo Monogatari, a book written around 987, nori was recognized as a common food and was consumed as a paste until the sheet form was invented in Asakusa in Edo, which was contemporary Tokyo. And around 1750 in the Edo period, through the method of Japanese paper making. So ayun, the Japanese nori industry was in decline after World War II when Japan was in need of all food that can be produced. And the decline was due to a lack of understanding of the plants and how they grew and how to cultivate them. So the industry rose again because there was a British phycologist named Mary Drew Baker who was researching the organism Porphyra umbilicalis, which grew in the seas around Wales and was harvested for food, like in Japan. Her work was found by the Japanese scientists who applied it through artificial methods of seeding and growing the plants. She is now revered as the savior of the Japanese nori industry. So ayun.
Oh, arigato gozaimasu. Arigato. So, Carlo, alam na natin kung saan nag-originate yung sushi or yung nori. Yung seaweed wrap. Yun. Well, now we know where nori from sushi originated from. Oh, Mr. Lobo, you're here.
Yes,
What
Mr.
happened to Sophia?
I don't know. Maybe she's crying there or something.
Okay. Any more questions?
Mr. Carlo, do you have any question?
Nathan. How is Nori made?
Well, Carlo, I don't know where noris are made. Let's ask another Japanese guy where or when or what our noris are made from. Okay, let's look at for another person. Oh, there's
Who's here?
one. Konnichiwa.
Konnichiwa.
Sir, we're here. Nogoriki. We came from Gomaga.
Well, are you asking on how nori is made?
Yes.
Well, then, according to Google, there's usually seaweed farms around the sea where red algae is found, and the seeding of the seaweed starts between fall and winter, and during spring, where the seaweed has grown to about 20 centimeters, they start harvesting through the boats. So the boats have these types of nets where the seaweed actually grow. So once they harvest that, they go directly to the factory, and that's when they start the processing almost immediately. So firstly, the nori is washed by a rotating machine once it arrives, and a 95% oxygen concentration is added into the mixing machine, and it is mixed with the nori to give it a smooth texture. And impurities like dust and paint are removed, and it is cleaned further and cut smaller by a grinding machine. After the nori is cut smaller, it is taken to a dryer and it automatically forms into a drain board piece by piece. And a light is used to check the transparency of the nori so that you can check if the nori is too thick or too thin. And a computer is also used to check for small taint that can't be seen by the human eyes. And the final cleanup of taint is done by hand by workers. And then the nori is stacked into 10 bunches of 10 sheets and is folded in half and wrapped tightly in a belt and is sent to places that buy and use nori.
Oh, so for more information, watch this video.
Go.
Now I know where sushi originated from and where nori is made and what it is made from. But I wonder, what are the marine-derived enzymes from nori? What kind of enzymes can you find there? Oh, there you go. There's Sophia. Maybe she knows. Sophia. Dito ka lang pala. Sophia, alam mo ba yung mga marine-derived enzymes found in nori or sushi?
Porphyrin, a polysaccharide present in the cell walls of a red algae that is used notably in the preparation of sushi, is broken down specifically by an enzyme called porphyrinase. Scientists have explained this discovery by a transfer of genes between the bacteria that allows the gut microbiota of the Japanese to acquire all the machinery it needs to consume the algae that surround sushi. The scientists suppose that the presence of this enzyme in the gut microbiota of the Japanese is directly linked to their dietary habits. As major consumers of porphyra for several centuries, the Japanese have thus been in contact with the marine bacteria that contain porphyrinases via their diet.
Thank you, Sophia, again for that information. Now, what are the pros and cons of the marine-derived enzymes? Well, let's ask the one and only Giancarlo Medina.
So for the benefits, because of the diversity of sushi, the nutritional value of one roll to the next can vary. In general, fish provides a lean source of low-calorie, high-quality protein. Specifically salmon, it contains high in omega-3 fatty acids which are linked to improved cholesterol levels, lowered blood pressure, and decreased risk of abnormal heart rhythms. The thin sheets of seaweed or nori, which are flattened, cut, and wrapped around the maki, hand rolls contain mighty minerals. Iodine, essential for proper hormone function, is abundant in this dried sea vegetable. So for the risk, for more information, watch this.
And, well, we've come to our conclusion. Guys, isn't it amazing?
Amazing!
How the smallest organism such as the algae produces such enzyme and produces delicious product as such as the nori, which we found in sushi. Isn't it surprising
Surprising!
how clever and very delicate yet very organized God's creation is? An example is these enzymes found in marine, and we derive them and we produce such good products. Any more things to say, guys?
And this product, I don't know how amazing this product is, but oh my goodness! Even in my country, the sushi is very well known in my country as well, and in the Philippines as well, not only in Japan. So
Very
It's really
nice.
good.
How about you guys? Do you have anything further to say?
I just think it's delicious.
Well,
I mean,
it's
that's
delicious.
one of
Yeah.
my favorite dishes. Sushi, everything. Yeah.
Yeah, so, and we also have that in the Philippines. Well, I guess that's all for today. So I guess that's all. Thank you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye. Talagang Filipino.
Japanimo!